this could be
the very last one.
The very last podcast.
I built this thing from the bottom, they tore it down, I rebuilt it. I give myself a task, you can bet your ass I fulfill it. Yeah, man, I'm talking about Willis, one of the realest to try.
Start over. That was the best footage.
Was it the best footage?
Pulling the Thread, podcast episode 68.
There was a lot of footage of Brandl's back.
But it's got a nice
you weren't recording?
V taper
Close
to
it
it.
out?
All right, you're okay.
Podcast
That's
72.
what that's why I can't hear.
Why?
Because that blew my ears out and everything else sounds low now.
Oh.
Let's go back to the $5 microphones. You think it's the board?
It's the board. The board's
the mothership.
How many episodes we've done on the board? 72? 72? No, because
times fucking 3.
Yeah. So maybe it's the board.
What's up? Iran's the bad guy now.
I mean, haven't they always been the bad guy? Like, they've always been the empire of evil.
Russia.
They've always been the bad guy.
Did you hear Russia has the Havana syndrome ray gun? They're taking U.S. diplomats and putting holes in their brains with their microwave weapons. You haven't heard this?
Well, they had a problem in Cuba, and nobody could figure out.
Currently, not
Currently.
So you know Havana syndrome from
Wait a
Cuba,
minute.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it like yesterday, the FBI or somebody through the White House has come out and said that Russia is ray gunning U.S. diplomats
In Russia or
I don't know where it was.
everywhere?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, U.S. diplomats, that's fine.
They're
mostly worthless anyway.
yeah. Maybe it'll prevent some of the damage they're fucking doing.
Maybe they're mostly worthless anyway. So, go ahead, Russia. Ray gun them.
Ray gun.
They did a big investigation on the Cuba thing, and they couldn't figure out what the fuck it was.
But it's been used. Like there's so I was watching Tim Pool. He had Michael Malice on there, and Mike Malice was saying Judge Judy. You can see some video where Judge Judy is on the TV show or whatever, and she just all of a sudden it starts garbling, can't. But when they check her for a stroke, there was no stroke. They don't know what did it, and they're saying that all of a sudden you have all these U.S. diplomats they can't walk downstairs, they're not mobile, they can't form sentences, and when they check them, they're finding, and I don't know how they're checking them, but they're finding actual holes in their brain.
You know what the common thing for all of them is?
They've eaten pork and it's worms. What?
No, they've all got multiple. They all got multiple COVID shots.
That's probably no shit.
They all got multiple COVID shots. So
bunch of
that's
shit going around right now. A bunch of people who had taken that thing have all kinds of new diseases and shit, new viruses.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the elites hate people, so that's why they're trying to kill everybody.
So, yes. So, is everybody getting wiped out on Monday?
No, no.
The eclipse.
No, the eclipse is a sideshow.
What about CERN?
CERN is not firing up on Monday.
You don't think so?
No, it's not. I looked it up.
You think it's all bullshit?
Well, I think what people are doing is they're trying to create this dread over a specific event, right? So they're throwing all this shit.
Pile it on.
They're just piling it all on, and they are. Again, this is kind of what the government expects, is that they can just throw shit at you and you're not going to check. You're just going to be like, oh shit, the world's going to end, because they say it's going to end, even though none of that stuff is actually happening.
How about
CERN's not even, they don't even have anything on the schedule for the 8th.
So I think it was CERN that actually came out and announced it. What about NASA? Have you seen the NASA thing?
I saw that they're going to launch rockets that are named after
devils and Satan and
shit.
Yeah,
all shit, but I have not looked that up. So
because they're trying to get a hold of gray matter or something. There's supposed to be some event during the eclipse. There's a meteor coming. Have you heard about this? They're apparently pretty big. There's some religious sect
that is going to kill themselves.
No. Imagine if that. I'd be good with that. They have got themselves convinced, and a lot of other people convinced, that the meteor is going to hit Nashville, and it's going to actually hit the Parthenon. Being correct.
Correct.
Are you correct?
Are we correct?
People say this is how he wants it. It's not about how he wants it. It's about how it fucking should be.
Or is it how it should be now?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's good. Is yours?
Mine's fine. Yeah.
Pulling the Thread podcast, episode 68.
72.
Are you
What?
ready?
Which one is it?
72. It won't matter. Because no matter what, if you're watching this episode, you're watching it in
Now
the
that
past.
we've recorded the whole show, we'll record it a second time.
A second time?
Third time.
Will that be the lost tapes?
Oh, yeah. I'll do an entire 3-hour podcast of just that.
All right,
Okay.
brief me. What's going on in the world?
What's going on in the world? The Russians are moving into the Red Sea.
Have you seen the mass migration out of fucking Ukraine right now that they're not showing on the news?
No, I haven't seen any. I mean,
So
Look.
I don't have a concept of what Ukraine actually looks like, right? But it looked like when they're like, "Hey, motherfuckers in Florida, there's a hurricane coming," and everybody waits till the last minute, and both sides of the freeway are evacuating. That's what it looked like.
well, there's a lot of people that stayed in Ukraine proper.
Well, apparently it's being bombed to shit right now.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, again,
What about about the F-16s?
what about them? They're already,
So the F-16s has arrived, right? Do you know who
Yeah.
flew them in?
I don't know, Canadians.
U.S. contractors.
Okay, yeah,
So guess who's going to be flying those aircraft?
probably U.S. contractors.
U.S. contractors.
Yeah.
And they said it's not against, I don't know, NATO or Geneva or whatever,
yeah.
because they're only flying.
The reality is, all those rules are made up rules. They're just
Yeah,
made up,
like our
so
government.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
it really doesn't. They could have literally been like, because this is
I have
what-
more belief in the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy.
what most people don't understand is we always do this. When we got pilots when we got pilots for the Chinese to fly the Flying Tigers, we took them right out of service. We were like, hey, you know, what'd be cool is if you went over to China and flew these planes, but you're not really going to be in the Air Force or the Army Air Corps anymore. You're going to be, contractors, wink, wink. It's just bullshit. That's all it is. It's just bullshit. We always do it. We did it for the Flying Tigers. We did it for
So there's an
the
interview.
pilots. The pilots went over and flew in World War I.
Tell me about the Flying Tigers. I'm not aware of that.
Flying Tigers was an organization that was set up to help the Chinese fight the Japanese
Okay.
because the Chinese didn't have an air force. And so we established this organization called the Flying Tigers, which was supposed to be technically, I mean, you really could consider them mercenaries because they were being paid to fly for the Chinese government. They were flying P-40 Warhawks, I think they were.
So
they
we
had
were
cool
friends
graphics on them and shit.
with China when we were fighting
Japan.
Japan.
Yes.
My mic's low.
Is it low? Well, it's low underneath your chin.
It
What
just
happened?
sounds like my
There you go.
volume's not loud anymore.
What happened?
Let me just turn my headphones up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So
But we do that all the time, so,
So
it
what-
wouldn't
where'd
surprise
the-
me a bit if
where'd the disconnect come? Like, when did we? Because we're now friends with Japan. Now we're not friends with. Like, why are we not friends with China anymore? I mean, I know why, but
global positioning. It's
where
just,
was the-
It's just global positioning. That's all it is. And so when China was fighting the Japanese, the communists were not in control. There were two separate entities fighting for control of Japan at that time. So you have the Taiwan government is actually the Republic of China. The Taiwan government, like when people think of Taiwan as not part of China, it's the Chinese government that fled when the communists took over. So it's actually a part of China.
So you know about the.
They feel like meaning the government in Taiwan believes that they are the true masters of China proper, just like the Chinese communists believe that they are the true masters of Taiwan.
Right. It'd be like fucking Hawaii is like, we're not the United States anymore.
Right, kind of.
Well, I mean, Russia. There's some talk of Russia coming into, or China or somebody coming into Hawaii or some bullshit. Have you seen all
Annexing
that?
him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let them fucking have them.
No, it won't happen because it won't happen the same reason why we have Hawaii, because it's a deep water Pacific port.
Oh, got it. Yep.
The Pacific Fleet operates out of Hawaii. So
Did you see
doesn't
Taiwan
matter.
got wrecked yesterday?
by what?
Earthquakes.
Oh, yeah, it
You didn't
happens.
see this?
No, I didn't see it.
So I wasn't aware where it was, but I'm like, holy shit, that building's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa, like fucking worse. And it was Taiwan, 7 something earthquake yesterday. Fucking wrecked a bunch of Taiwan apparently.
Yeah, I actually haven't been paying attention.
So back to the F-16 contract pilots.
Contract pilots.
They're like, yeah, we can fly these because it's not against the
Right.
whatever, because we're actually in Ukraine, which is part of NATO or under NATO's umbrella or whatever. And the media, whoever was reporting, is like, this. Yes, these guys have thousands of hours of combat flight time. Yeah, in Iraq, where there was no fucking surface-to-air missiles, like fucking no air-to-air combat, like fucking nothing. You guys were bombing the shit out of Iraq, but you weren't fighting with those airplanes, were they?
No, they weren't dogfighting.
Yeah, wait till they come up. Like, I mean, I get it. As a dude who fucking flew F-16s and shit all his life and didn't get to fucking dogfight, this is your chance of a lifetime.
Yeah.
If you miss this one, you're never getting another chance.
No, you're never getting another chance.
I
So
understand that.
yeah.
I understand the motivation.
I mean, again, if there are certain parameters in all things, like if the federal government, if the government came out tomorrow and they're like, hey, we need snipers to go over Ukraine. You're not really, wink wink, working for us, but we're going to make sure you get paid. We're going to make sure your medical's taken care of. Hey, I would go. Look, again, if I was a pilot, I guarantee you there's pilots. I guarantee you that they were like, hey, you're getting out soon, right? You're going to retire? Wouldn't it be cool is if you could still make a shit ton of money and keep flying this aircraft? I guarantee you that they were like, there was probably way too many people that volunteered because,
Right.
again, as a,
Hang on a second. What's up?
what's going on? What are we doing?
You just keep fidgeting with it. I didn't know if it was.
He's too loud
Am I too loud? Oh,
in mine, but if he looks good on yours, I just turned my mic down, but he's too low now.
now I'm something.
But he's
Are
not
we-
talking? He's not talking at the same volume he's podcasting right now. So talk like you're podcasting. Like,
I don't understand. I talk like I'm normally talking.
But you're not. These mics are different than what
I
we're
don't-
usually using.
Okay.
I mean, they were fine last time. It's now we're thinking about it. So every time
I'm not thinking about it. I'm just trying to podcast, but you're ruining it, Brandel.
I'm not.
You're
I'm
ruining it with
trying
your
to-
technical expertise, trying
Yeah,
to
I'm trying to get
get me to understand what the bleep and the bloops are, and the little tripplers and the trappers.
All right. So,
Anyways, I mean, again, if you're a combat, a combat air crew,
yeah, you have the opportunity right now to be the guy they're talking about in the movie 20
Yeah.
years from now.
why wouldn't you want an opportunity to shoot down a Russian aircraft?
Yeah.
You've been training again. I don't know, because again, I'm old. Right? When you think about it, when I joined the Marine Corps, everything we did, we were training to fight the Russians. Right? We were gonna fight. Like
Now we're not training to fight anybody.
we didn't train. We weren't training
Now
to fight
they're-
the Chinese. We were
now
training
they're-
to fight the Russians.
Now they're training to fight U.S. citizens.
And so, if you're if you're flying an F-16, if you've been flying an F-16,
Which is old and antiquated.
it's still one of the
I got
one
you.
of the most advanced aircrafts out there. They still, but again, when are you ever going to get an opportunity to shoot down an aircraft? I'll give you an example. Okay, F-14 Tomcats, we had them forever, right? The U.S. had them forever. I'm sure one of you guys will come up with the exact number. But total engagements where U.S. pilots shot down enemy aircraft in an F-14 Tomcat, smidgen. I think it's 8.
Yeah, I thought it was 5.
I think maybe 5, but I think it's 8. The damn Iranians with F-14 Tomcats shot down 42 aircraft.
Whose?
Iraq's. So the F-14 went up against Russian aircraft, and the F-14 shot the shit out of them.
Yeah, but it was Iraq.
Again, though,
I got you.
Again, for American pilots, it's going to be very rare to have an opportunity to go up against a peer adversary.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for an American pilot to
yeah,
go
absolutely.
against a peer adversary and show his mettle. But just like the Flying Tigers learned, and just like the pilots from World War I learned, they're going to lose guys. It's just going to happen. They're going to lose guys. And the difference is, I think the difference is there's not a lot of aircraft to replace, and there's not a lot of pilots to replace.
Well, I mean, we're talking F-16s. They don't make them anymore, right?
Yeah, but we made a ton of them.
But
We made a ton
but
of them.
we're focused on the 35s and all this other shit. Like we're done with the F-16s.
No, the Air Force still rolls F-16s. You go to California. You go to California. The California Air National Guard is still running F-16s there at what's that?
What are the Blue Angels right now? 18s, Super Hornets or something?
I believe they're still Super Hornets.
Is that a combat-worthy airframe?
The Super Hornet?
Yeah.
It's actually better.
Is it air-to-air fight?
Yeah, it'll air-to-air fight. Yeah. I mean, that's the point of a carrier-based aircraft. It has to be able to air. It has to be able to not just drop bombs, but it has to be able to what they call cap. It has to be able to fly over the carrier group and make sure that other aircraft can't pierce that into the carrier.
Have they ever had to use that?
Yeah, I believe. Well, all World War II, they flew caps. Because that was actually a peer adversary.
We were still using fucking wooden airplanes. Some of them.
Well, kind of. I don't know if the carrier groups had any wooden airplanes anymore once the Hellcats and all that were there. But either way, it was a peer adversary. It doesn't matter the type of aircraft.
Did you see Elon Musk? Speaking of World War II, it made me think Pearl Harbor, right?
Uh-huh.
Elon Musk yesterday tweeted out that the biggest concern is the White House planning a Black Swan event, which will completely just demonetize you when you say Black Swan. You're not allowed to say that on YouTube. The biggest fear is the White House planning a Black Swan event that larger than 9/11. Did you see?
Yeah,
go ahead and respond.
But there's a bunch. There's a bunch
Sure.
of people. There's General Flynn is talking about it. Ron Paul's talking about it. There's a bunch of people talking about a Black Swan event. So,
well, I say Elon Musk because, number one, he said it yesterday. But I say Elon Musk because Elon Musk is not viewed as part of Trump's staff or cadre, right? Whereas those other dudes are.
I don't know if Flynn is.
Wasn't Flynn on his cabinet?
Yeah, but he got burnt. He got fucking toasted.
Got it.
And Ron Paul's definitely not.
Correct. Yeah, Ron Paul. That. That's actually probably a bigger concern with Ron Paul actually saying
Ron
that.
Paul's saying that.
Dr. Ron Paul. Jack Spirko does. He has him on like once a month on his show. In addition to him, you've seen RFK is running.
Yep, and they're doing everything they can to get him pulled from the ballot.
Absolutely, they are, and he is not, and he even came out and he said, for the betterment of the United States, Trump is the better candidate for the people. He didn't exactly say that, but that's what he said. He said the people going against doing tyrannical shit is the Biden administration.
Yeah,
and it almost looks like he is running to pull votes from the Democrats because that's who he's pulling votes from.
Yes, that is exactly it. Well, I don't want to say that he's doing. I mean, I'm sure that in his head he believes that he would make a great president, right? That he would be a good president.
I think that he would.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what do? Like if the Democratic Party is not going to hold any runoffs. So the people don't get to decide who their next president's going to be. If you're a fucking Democratic voter, you're already fucked. So if they're not going to do that, and they're just going to say that Biden is the guy, what does RFK do? Or any Democrat or any Democrat-leaning individual who wants to be the president of the United States and make this country better, what can you do? You can't do anything but run independent.
Right.
Because the DNC is so fucking crooked, you can't.
And he's really not. There's no potential for him to win this race.
No, there's no.
He has to do this because this is advertising for the next 4 years.
Maybe.
How old is he?
Oh, I don't know how old he is.
He's out there working out and shit. There's videos of him fucking bench pressing 315 and shit.
I don't know how old he is. But again, you can't just quit. Like, so he's got no choice but to run.
Who's his VP?
He picked it and the Democrats lost their shit.
Who's Trump's VP? I've never heard of that person either.
I knew that was going to happen, though. I predicted that, guys. Look at the old podcast.
Do you know who it is?
No, I don't know who it is.
Who's hotter, Boebert?
Boebert?
Or Tulsi Gabbard?
I don't know who Boebert is.
The chick that got caught giving her boyfriend the hand job in the theater.
Republican.
Yeah, both of them.
Well, Tulsi's Republican in sheep's clothing.
Yeah. She kind of said some anti-2A shit at some point, didn't she?
She did. But the interesting thing about that is that was pre-COVID, and post-COVID,
that's when she really changed.
She's running and gunning now.
I like what she had to say. I mean, I've seen some interviews with her.
She's running and gunning now. So I think the issue is there's a lot of people out there that have been wrongly educated about the Second Amendment, meaning, when people bring up hunters don't need AR, Second Amendment has nothing to do with that. And Second Amendment only has to do with tyranny. That's it. Sole purpose of the Second Amendment is to give the individual the opportunity to crush tyranny. And I believe that the light, as Tulsi Gabbard made her way through COVID, the light turned on where she was like, oh, shit, tyranny. I get it now. Right?
Especially Hawaii. Hawaii did tons of tyrannical shit.
So I think that's why her light turned on. But
I think she's even more so with the fires over there and all the shit that has happened and the fucking lack of.
I would say, but to answer your question, Tulsi Gabbard, yeah, she's more mature, and
I said hotter.
I get it. She's more mature, and I like that gray streak in her hair.
Yeah, she should narrate books because she has a very pleasant voice.
Yeah, it's very heavy metal of her to have that gray streak in her hair.
You think she put it there?
I don't know. But it seems odd that you just have one gray streak in your hair.
Did you see Tim Kennedy? He said some second A shit, some anti kind of second A shit at some point.
Yeah, Tim Kennedy he's not a friend of the Second Amendment.
So Tim Kennedy, John Lovell had him on the podcast. Yeah. Now I didn't watch that. I watched somebody else do a breakdown of that, and I don't know what all was said in there, so I haven't seen that. But Tim Kennedy kind of came out and like doubled down on that shit again when he was asked. He's like, "So, what do you have to say about this?" Basically, he kind of gave him a platform to kind of sway all those people back, and he kind of doubled down on it and didn't really clear the air on it.
Well, again, when somebody like, for example, I'm going to say Tim Kennedy, when somebody like that has a platform and a position, and they believe somehow that they are smarter than everybody else, they will make statements like that affect everyone instead of just themselves, right? So what he's saying is, it's okay if I have a gun.
Yeah, the original...
It's not okay if you have a gun.
The original comment was, I don't think 19-year-olds should be allowed to buy an AR-15, is what the comment was. I think that's what it was.
Again, though,
do you not think that Tim Kennedy is smarter than most of the general population?
Again, that's not the point.
But do you think that?
Because you have to be self-aware to know. You have to be, if you're smart, you also have to be self-aware enough to know that what you are saying affects other people, and you are not the master of the universe. If you're smart, you can be book smart, you can be, street smart, but you are not the master of the universe. So you making that decision, especially, and Tim Kennedy, look, the reality is the U.S. government gives fucking 18-year-olds M16s, M60 machine guns, M1 Abrams every fucking day. Every day. So.
Okay, I
got
nothing to say. You're right.
Fuck off. Really.
You're right.
Fuck off.
You're right.
They will take an 18-year-old kid, have him take an engine out of an F-18 Hornet, put it on the deck of a ship, get another engine, put that fucking engine in the plane, and then a multi-million-dollar, a dude who we have spent millions of dollars to learn how to fly that plane will get in it and fire that bitch right off the ship. And it was a Lance Corporal who put that motherfucker in there, and a couple of sergeants who went, Yep, look straight. And then an officer got in that motherfucker and flew it off the ship. So, fuck Tim Kennedy.
I got you.
18-year-olds, if 18-year-olds are not, because I get where we're going, but if 18-year-olds...
Where is he going?
There's a big push right now. There's a big push there's a big push that says that your brain is not fully formed until you're 26 years old.
Okay.
Okay? And so should someone be allowed to do certain things
26 years old.
Until you are 26 years old. Well,
So why are we letting them drink and fucking smoke before that?
Again, my thing is, if you want to change, if you want to say that you can't own an AR-15 until you're 21 years old, or whatever it is, you can't do heroin until you're 21 years old or 26, then you need to push that envelope for the military too.
That's what I've always said.
You need to push
If
that.
if we're gonna limit these kids to buying firearms and cigarettes, then then why aren't we doing the other?
The minute the U.S. government says
they can go die for their country,
Yep,
but they can't fucking
drink,
they can't smoke.
They can't smoke.
And I don't smoke.
Yeah,
But I'll fight that fight.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of it. So again,
it's fine if we send them to other countries to kill people, just not. You can't smoke here.
Yeah, that's just it's asinine.
But
and I get why he would say something like that.
But do you not think?
But again, he's not.
Do you not think he's smarter than the average citizen?
Well, in what?
I don't know. He just sounds fucking.
Well, no.
Again, or is he just rehearsed? Because he's fucking his verbal fluency, his ability to put words together.
John, everybody is smart in something.
Do you not think you're smarter than most of the fucking sheep?
No.
You don't think that?
Because it's subject matter expert, right? It's a specific subject. We're talking about a specific thing. If
we go to Walmart right now.
Okay, if we go to Walmart right now and pick somebody out in Walmart, you might look at that person and go, this motherfucker's an idiot. He can't tie his shoes.
Well, most of them are.
He's wearing fucking sweatpants. But then I do not personally know how to fucking cook a possum, and that motherfucker probably does. I don't know any recipes for squirrel, but that motherfucker probably knows some recipes for squirrel. And I'm just using that example. People are smart in their own particular genre. Just because when you look at somebody and you say, that motherfucker's an idiot because he doesn't know how to fix his truck. It's only because that person's never been exposed to that, right? He hasn't learned that subject matter. And that could be for a whole bunch of reasons. So we all have the same, every single person on this planet has the same capacity for knowledge and learning.
Then why do people have different ASVAB fucking levels?
Because, again, it's about their overall experiences. It's about how they were raised. It's all that shit. It's all environmental. So, again, this is going to sound very woke, but there is a certain amount, when you look at people who are smart, there's a certain amount of privilege that goes with that, because you were in an environment that allowed you to become smart in whatever subject that was. But that doesn't mean like fucking, again, that doesn't mean that Einstein can design clothes, or
they say he couldn't tie his shoes.
It wasn't that he couldn't tie his shoes.
There's also a lot of shit saying that he was a fraud.
It wasn't that he couldn't tie his shoes. He would say that he didn't want to waste any of his brain power on doing that kind of shit, like picking out clothes or anything like that. It was all about the math. So again, some people are smart, and I guarantee you that we can find something that, I don't want to say guarantee, but it's just your environment, right? That's all. Everybody has different experiences. And so I don't want to say people are dumb.
Is it not considered that, because the general consensus for people, I don't know about now, but in the past, it was that if you couldn't do anything else, you could go in the military. You could be a grunt. You could be cannon fodder, right? So you have to have an ASVAB, and you have to have this certain score to even be able to get in the military, correct?
Correct.
Should people who couldn't pass the ASVAB, should they not have to be able to pass a test to be able to vote?
Maybe.
That's what I'm talking about.
Maybe.
That's what I'm talking about. Do you not think that Tim Kennedy is smarter? What percentage of population?
Of course, Tim Kennedy is going to be smarter.
What percentage of the population can't pass the fucking ASVAB?
Again, though, you are picking a specific thing. Remember,
I don't know the ASVAB.
Okay,
what's on it?
The ASVAB is set up in a way to identify what you excel at. Right? It's not
It's
the
not,
ASVAB
it's
was
not
never,
reading, writing, vocabulary, math.
it's not set up.
Give me 10 ways to kill
But
a
again,
dude.
It's not set up in a manner that says you're smart or you're dumb. It's set up in a manner so they can identify the skill sets that you have learned through your schooling on what you will excel at, right?
Okay, so
are you going to
maybe-
be a good mechanic, or are you going to be a good fucking book guy, or are you going to be a good infantry dude? And people will associate ASVAB scores. People will associate ASVAB scores with the type of job, right? So the higher your ASVAB score is, the more technical your job could be, right? Where if you think about 1970 infantry, it wasn't too technical.
Well, a lot of them were criminals,
Wasn't too technical.
right? They gave that. Isn't that what judges did basically?
No,
they were
it's-
tired of dealing with the riffraff, so you can either go to jail or you can go to Vietnam.
Not necessarily.
There wasn't a lot of that. It seemed like there was from
wasn't a lot of
TV
that.
shows and shit.
That's just TV shows.
All right, pause. I gotta pee. Okay, so
Anyways,
maybe ASVAB is the wrong thing. How about IQ test?
but why? Why?
Is it
'Cause
not? Is
you're-
it not a true?
No, what you're doing though. What you're doing by that is establishing a class system. This is America. We are a fucking republic. Everybody has the same opportunities. Doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are. We all have the same opportunities. How you exploit and use those opportunities to benefit yourself is up to you. But the idea of a class system based off of who's smarter than who, or fuck that.
Okay, so now that we've determined that you should run for fucking political office,
No, I shouldn't run for political office because I am not smart enough to run for political office.
do you think the people in power think they are smarter than the other people?
Yes, could be because most of them are sociopaths.
What is that?
Most of them are
What's the
sociopaths.
definition of a sociopath?
I don't know. Look it up.
People call me that.
You're a sociopath. Yeah.
If you can't,
should
if you
run-
can't give
could
me
run
the
for-
definition,
you
how
could run
can you
for
say?
office- you could run for office?
It's which a person consistently shows no regard for right and wrong and ignores the rights and feelings of others.
Well, I mean, if the outcome, yes, the outcome,
Outcome. Yes.
yeah, that's the dude. Yeah,
You
outcome.
lack empathy, and you don't care about.
I know
or
somebody who doesn't have
understand
any
people's
empathy.
Feelings.
I know somebody doesn't have any empathy.
Who?
Somebody.
Not
Are you
me.
talking about me?
No,
Does it say me?
I'm looking at Brandel.
Do you think Trump? Do you think Trump thinks
Yeah,
that he's smarter than everybody?
Yeah, of course. There's a certain amount of
Do you think the German guy thought he was smarter than everybody?
Oh yeah, of course.
Do you think he was?
No.
You don't think so?
No. What happens is you have a lot of people that are
Fed up with bullshit?
no. You have a lot of people that want to do something, right? They want to do
Anything
something.
or something?
Let's say they want to do something, right? You have a lot of people that want to do something, and what they do is they hide in the shadows, and they wait. They wait for the individual who will stand up and say, "I will do this thing."
Criminal
And then-
behavior. or
And then
whatever.
they hide behind that person. They hide. That's the permanent government. They hide behind that person and manipulate everything. Like, for example, Adolf, he couldn't kill anybody,
He was actually very feeble, it seems.
but he couldn't kill anybody. He didn't have the capability of doing any of that. The people around him did. The people that he gave permission to do it did.
But how did he get into the power to give the permission?
Because there's always people in the background that want to do heinous shit.
But they don't want to
And
sign
when
their
they
name to
find
it.
the puppet necessary that they can put, it's no different than, look at what's going on right now in the United States.
What is going on?
Fucking Joe Biden does not run this country. Joe Biden doesn't make a single.
I don't believe that Joe Biden is even alive.
Joe Biden doesn't make a single decision for this country. It is all puppet masters behind him, and that's why, that's why you'll see some shit come out on Twitter, and then a couple hours later they'll be like, "Yeah, Joe never said that."
So you know about the Trans Day of
Yeah.
Inclusion or whatever, right? Visibility. You know, he came out and he's like, "I didn't say that."
Right.
I 100% believe that whoever that fucking old man is didn't fucking believe
no.
that he said that.
He probably didn't even say it.
Do you know who's the black chick? His fucking
Yeah, I
press
don't know.
secretary.
Yeah.
You know, she's got busted out fucking switching between accounts. She fucking was posting as Joe Biden.
Well, yeah, it's the people behind the people behind the curtain that are more dangerous than the dude that's out front. Because, like, example, you can.
Do you think that the administration then right now is dangerous?
It's super dangerous.
Do you think Trump is dangerous?
No.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Trump's dangerous. Well, he had his opportunity. Like, he had his opportunity, and he did not use it maliciously. So I don't think he's dangerous. I mean, again.
So what do you think happens when he gets back in office?
Anyone can be dangerous. Anyone. You, Randall.
Weak people, I think, are more dangerous.
Anyone can be dangerous. It's just the ability to control what it is that is making you dangerous, right? So,
what do you think is making them dangerous right now?
What, the Biden administration?
Yes,
because they have an agenda that is they have an agenda that is not only anti-American, it's anti-human beings. Like, they have an agenda. The people that are behind the curtain with Joe Biden, they don't care who lives or dies. They are anti-people.
But why? What's the outcome? What do they achieve by that?
Because they believe that somehow that they are smarter than everybody else, and that if they get rid of everybody, that we will be living in some sort of utopia, which it will not.
Do you
never
think they
be.
really believe that?
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, they're that insane.
You don't think it's just that they're so insane that they're writing the story the way they want it told 50 years from now?
Well, no, the issue that they're having, the issue that the current administration is having, is they have brought so many fucking lunatics into the asylum. They've brought so many lunatics into the asylum. When I hold my hand up and I go, hey guys, the Green New Deal is what we're going to push because we need to destroy the oil companies because those are the fucking rich that we want to take out. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. The problem is, because they've brought so many lunatics into the asylum, every single one of those people in there is looking at a different path. They're like, yeah, great idea. I'm going to go to the airport and steal some luggage. That's their biggest problem. They can't focus on a single agenda and get it done. And so what's happening is they're exposing all their weakness all across.
Do you think those are smart people?
No, they're not smart at all. If they were smart, here is the truth. If they were smart, they could accomplish every single thing that they could click. They could knock over every single domino.
Right. So
they
should
want
they
to
be
knock
allowed
over.
to vote?
Yeah. It's America, bro.
So how'd we get where we are then?
How'd we get where we are? Lack of participation. It's not the people who are voting. It's the people who are not voting.
You believe that?
100%.
What do you think the percentage that doesn't vote is?
It's fucking terrible. I think we're at like 40%. Actually, well, okay, mind you, the last two elections were pretty hankerous, right? Cantankerous. And so we had a lot of people voting, but it's usually like down in the 30% of people who vote.
So what do you think is going to vote this time?
Machines. Trump is not going to fucking sit in the White House.
But he's going to realistically win.
Maybe.
If the numbers, if real.
But we don't, okay, but we don't know. We're predicting, we're making the same mistake that the Republican Party is making. Okay? We're making this mistake in the sense that we are assuming that come November 4th, it's going to be Donald Trump and Joe Biden.
What's your other option?
There's all kinds of other options. And if it's
what
not, the issue is if it's not Donald Trump and Joe Biden, everything that we're saying now, meaning he's old, all the things that the Republican Party is attacking Joe Biden for, totally disappear if it's motherfucking Gavin Newsom and somebody else, right?
Who?
I don't know who he would pick for his VP. What I'm saying is all that stuff disappears. And so now
everybody hates fucking Gavin Newsom.
Young voters want a young president. And young voters don't want Donald Trump. so you can use all that against
But
Trump.
if you look at the young voters that would vote for them, they're struggling more than anybody else.
Yeah, but they don't care about that.
What do they care about?
They don't care. When you're in a
They're literally being evicted from their homes.
when you're in a bread line, you when you're in a bread line, you vote for who throws you the most bread. And the Democratic Party is throwing bread. What do you think? What do you think we're going to rebuild that bridge is about? Why are taxpayers on the hook for a bridge? Because it's Philadelphia, and because it is a predominantly Democratic neighborhood or Democratic city.
See, the government jumped in.
So that's why they're paying for it.
See, the White House jumped in, said they're going to rebuild the bridge.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Do you know why they did that?
Because it's Philadelphia.
What if there's something more?
No, that's why they did it.
Do you know because they jumped in and said that they're going to cover the bill for it, there's not an insurance investigation, so the insurance investigation has ceased as to what actually happened. Do you know that the 2 minutes when the impact happened, do you know that
Yeah,
part of the
empty.
black box is missing?
Yeah, it's empty.
Isn't that fucking odd?
Whatever. I mean, again,
But the powers that be that sat there and listened to that black box, you and I can't. It wasn't public broadcasting when that happened.
It's the NTSB who actually. So it is the federal government.
That's what I'm saying.
NTSB came out and said that's missing. Now,
Yes.
again, but if you and I were part of a grand conspiracy to take out the fucking bridge for some reason.
Yeah, we wouldn't just hit one.
But why would the again, what benefits the NTSB from coming out and going, oh, that's 2 minutes we're missing? It creates more of a conspiracy than anything. It would be better off if the NTSB came out and said, yeah, apparently the ship just lost steering control and hit the fucking bridge. That's what the black box says. Again, you and I are never going to know the difference. So for NTSB to come out and say that there's missing data, that only throws fire on a conspiracy. So maybe the whole point of this whole thing is to create a distraction so everybody's looking at this thing that doesn't really fucking matter. Because that bridge does not fucking matter. Instead of, I don't know, what else is going on? Hell missiles that are getting fired at the fucking moon and the sun, or
they say they're going to harvest black matter.
CERN creating a fucking black hole in the middle of the United States that's going to eat us all up? I don't know. There's all kinds of other shit that this government is doing. Or maybe...
Do you know how long it took them to build the bridge?
Oh, I don't know. 10 years, probably.
5 years. You know how long they say it's going to take to rebuild it?
6 months?
10 years. Twice as long.
Yeah, well, that's everything, right? Like, for example...
But why?
No, it's because of government.
Right.
It's all because of government.
Right.
You couldn't...
This is Atlas Shrugged happening right now.
Well, not necessarily Atlas Shrugged.
Have you read Atlas Shrugged?
No.
Do you know the gist of it?
But what I'm saying is, even in the good times, so let's just flip back to Ronald Reagan. Let's go back.
Was Ronald Reagan in the good times?
Oh, yeah.
I was a child. I mean, I always hear about it. I mean, I see the things he says, and I'm like, yeah. But every time I post something he said, people are like, Ronald Reagan, the assault rifle, the gun bans, and machine gun ban.
Whatever. But what I'm saying is, if you take a look at government, we can agree that government is screwed up right now. But if you go back a little bit, where people didn't have that same feeling about government, you still couldn't make the Hoover Dam. You couldn't make the fucking Hoover Dam. The reason, if the United States of America said, let's build the Hoover Dam, it would take them a fucking 100 years.
Today.
Okay. Because of government. Because government is fucking in every bit of everything. They want to know what type of soil and dirt, and is that rock fucking endangered, and where are the fucking birds going to go? Because of government.
Because of money. It's all because of bullshit.
It could all just be because of money, but again, because it's government manipulating what is going on. So that's why a 5-year bridge takes 10 years, because government is involved. There's going to be government inspectors out there. There's going to be all kinds of crazy shit out there that they didn't. Most people would say is completely unnecessary.
If people started removing government, would that catch fire, you think?
No.
You don't think so?
No, there's too many. There are too many people in this country that believe that government is somehow going to save them, or government provides that check every month.
Speaking of, Andy Frisella just had a dude on. I can't remember the name of the book he wrote. Guy was he's a psychologist, clinical psychologist, I believe, and he went to work for the VA. And he worked for the VA counseling PTSD veterans through the VA for 7 years. And he did all this testing and all kinds of stuff, and he's like, I truly believed I was helping people. And he threw some numbers out that were pretty fucking wild. And one of them is, he said, we have this $13 billion budget to pay for disabilities for PTSD. He said, but it's financially incentivized. There are YouTube channels out there right now that before you even go in the military, teach you what your disability is going to be and how to manipulate that to get 100% disability before you have even joined the military to do your 4 years and get out and get your paycheck.
Correct.
And he said less than 1% of the people who get disability for PTSD ever come off of the system. There's no financial gain to come off of the system.
Okay, so it's a medical rating.
Yes.
It's not a...
He said, but I can help people with PTSD. He said, I've taken many non-military persons and fucking completely turned their lives around to where they didn't have to be in the system anymore.
Well, okay, so the issue there is, how do you explain that?
Well, hold on. Before you do that, let me ask you this. When you get your 100% disability
Yes.
for medical rating, is there a cap on how much money you can earn outside of that, or do they threaten to take your money away?
They attempted to do that. This administration attempted to do that recently, where they were like, okay, if you make over $100,000 a year, you can't have any fucking disability money.
Okay, here's why I ask. Because Lance, for instance, our friend Lance,
yes,
has disability. Not through the government,
right.
Not through the military. He has disability. And then he starts a little side business.
Yes. And they want to go after it.
And he makes $800 a week or whatever, and they want to take his shit away.
Right. Here's the difference. The difference is Lance is receiving disability. Okay.
It's not from the government. It's not from the VA.
Okay, so the difference is this. People look at the people look at the VA payments or disability payments as kind of like payments like Social Security or anything like that, right? Or welfare payment or anything like that. It's not. What is going on is the military, so when you sign that contract with the military, part of what we have agreed upon is that you, the government, will pay for whatever damages you do to said service member while in service. And so when you think about PTSD or, PTSD is a good example. They're paying for damages received in service.
Correct.
So it doesn't matter if the person has PTSD anymore.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. You did the damage. You put that person in that.
So here's also what he went on to say. He said, we were compiling, I interviewed, I think he said there was 100-some Vietnam veterans.
Yeah.
And then talking to them and getting all their information and writing down all the files and everything, they did a Freedom of Information request to get duty 214s. And he said that the majority of the dudes were not what they said they were. And a lot of them never even saw combat, but they had PTSD. So he has all these people with this PTSD, but they're the guys that said they were SEALs are not SEALs. The guys that were fucking SF were not SF. It was all fucking fabricated horseshit.
Fabricated horseshit for financial benefit.
That's where I'm going.
Yes. But it's the government. And the problem with the government, and this is why you don't want government involved in anything, is because the government is completely inefficient and the government doesn't check its own books. So it doesn't check its own books. Now, I don't think, now when you're talking about that, I don't think that while it does happen, PTSD wise, I don't think that can happen anymore. Meaning, you can't go to your service related interview and be like, yeah, I was a Navy SEAL and I got blown up and, you know, I had to kill a bunch of babies. Because the way they do it, at least when I went, the way they do it now is they're looking at your book. Like they're like, okay, hey, you went to jump school. Hey, they're looking at your shit. So you couldn't say something, right? You couldn't be like, yeah, I fucking, you know, was shooting down planes and had to bail out. And they're like, you were a fucking truck mechanic, dude. So I don't know if you could do that.
But a truck mechanic could have PTSD now. I mean,
well, that's the issue.
Right? I mean, he could have IEDs, whatever. All his friends died. That's
the issue that you have with the current military. Is the current military was so short-staffed that they were taking individuals that normally would not be in a forward combat position and being like, hey, guess what? You guys are all fucking infantry dudes now, and you're going out on combat patrol. So was
there a lot of that happening?
Oh, there was a ton of that happening. Yeah, a ton of that happening. The Marine Corps was notorious for fucking taking, not that they're not combat guys, but as far as fulfilling an infantry role, taking artillery units and being like, okay, you are now Alpha Company, and you're going to be out there in the fucking streets with the rest of the grunts.
Do you think that infantry guys are typically stronger people in combative roles? Do you think intellect goes hand in hand with?
I wouldn't have any real data, but
you have an opinion.
What my opinion would be that
I feel like you don't want to voice it.
No. My opinion would be that if you actually broke down. And I guess I don't want to speak for all services. I can only speak for the Marine Corps. But if you actually broke down people with PTSD claims based off of MOSs, it would be a lower number. It would be a lower number of guys that actually had infantry MOSs that would be making PTSD claims.
Right. That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah. No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I don't have any empirical data on that. I may be totally wrong, but from the infantry battalions that I was with, it was a very low of guys. Like, again, I only saw.
Which makes me they're either weaker or they're after the financial gain.
I only saw in 1-7, we probably had a handful of guys that were going down the PTSD route.
Do you think they did that on their own, or do you think they were counseled into that?
Well, I kind of believe. Well, it's a little bit of both, right? If you have a trauma, let's say you have a trauma and you join the military. So
yes,
and you join the military.
This is where I'm going, like the homeless stuff.
If you have childhood traumas and you join the military, and then you go to
it's going to amplify them.
You go to war. It just amplifies it. And so, like, I had a kid who had a really rough childhood, and he was just not a bully, but he was like hard, fuck them, we're going to kill them all. He was that guy.
You want that guy.
Yeah, he was that guy.
Wouldn't you like to have fucking 12 of those guys?
No, he was a good fucking Marine. But every night, he would have an emotional breakdown and spend hours talking to me about his life. And so there's combat. There's combat going on out in the real world. Like, this was when I had the rifle platoon and it was real shit going on. There's combat going on in the real world, and then we would come back, and then he would want to talk about, how rough his childhood was. And so I think it was just amplifying it. I really think that the thing that was out there was just amplifying this, and he needed to get it out.
Or maybe he saw you as his father figure. And he didn't have that.
This is true. There's a lot of that out there.
So you replaced that for him.
But
he
had
access to you.
I think it amplifies. Like, if you have a trauma outside, and then you come in and something happens, it amplifies it. because there was only 2 individuals in those 2 battalions. There were only 2 individuals that I was like, that motherfucker has PTSD. Why aren't we? And here's the truth. The truth is, one of them got help on his own because he basically snuck away from the battalion and went through back channels to get medication. Okay. And
What do you think the medication was?
oh, the fucking, I don't know. I don't know what they gave him.
Like psych meds or like just other stuff?
I don't know what they gave him, but I identified it like immediately, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why? And so and then
he was super euphoric over it.
And he was like, I'm having these problems, and I'm like, okay, well the medication, I'm like, again, there's going to be some people that are pissed off about this, but I'm like, the medication isn't helping you. It's masking it. That's all it's doing. All it's doing is putting it somewhere else. It's still going to be there. You have to figure out a way to work through that shit. You have to work through it. You can't just hide it. Because if you hide it, it's going to come out 10 years later, and it's going to be worse. You have to figure out a way to work through it right now, right? And so that was him. And then we had another kid who was a outstanding Marine, like a great fucking, like no war. Like if the war had not happened, this kid would have moved up in the ranks, and like he probably would be a sergeant major right now. If I do the math right, he'd probably be a sergeant major right now. Okay. He actually went through some serious shit, like gun truck blown up, everyone in the truck killed. Next deployment, gun truck blown up, the twin brothers killed, his best friends. Like, it went through some serious shit and was showing all the signs of PTSD by masking it with alcohol and becoming a Marine Corps alcohol problem, right? He's becoming a problem because of the alcohol. And I was literally in the fucking I was literally in there with the company commander going, he has PTSD. That's the problem. He has fucking PTSD. He has gone through way too much traumatic
deployment?
shit. Yeah, this is post deployment.
Okay.
And this is the kid. I don't know if you ever remember telling the story about the fights between the barracks where they're throwing chairs off the
At 29 Palms.
Yeah, he definitely had PTSD, and it was kind of pre Marine Corps getting on board with giving people help, right? It was kind of pre, and at that point, there was nothing they could do until the alcohol became a problem where he was NJP.
And then they diagnosed it?
No, they never diagnosed.
Do we know where he is?
I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at. I hope that he was able to get some help, because he really, only person that I've ever seen that claimed PTSD that probably legitimately had PTSD. Like it was one of the, he was one of those situations where you're like, okay, fuck, dude, this guy, he really needs some help, and they just couldn't give it to him.
I remember driving around down, so prior to Gulf War, every veteran you saw was a Vietnam veteran.
Right.
There were no there wasn't a guy on the street in a green field jacket that wasn't a Vietnam veteran, right? Yeah. Especially as a young person, right? 12, 10, 13 maybe. If you saw a clear veteran-looking dude, and it was never in my head that he was faking, right? He was, in fact, in my eyes, a Vietnam veteran. That was the only option there was. There was no World War II guys on the streets. There was no Korean War. It was only Vietnam vets. And we're driving around. I used to spend the weekends with my father. He would pick me and my sister up, and we spent a lot of time downtown San Diego. Gas lamp around there. And even then, looking back at it, those big, huge old buildings were not what they originally were, right? We would go to thrift stores and antique stores and shit, and they were in fucking skyscrapers, and there'd be a coffee shop and a sandwich shop, and we were down there a lot, and there were homeless people. And I remember asking my dad about that, and he said, I go, are they messed up because of the war? He said, Some of them are, but the majority of them, same thing you had said years later. He said most guys were going to do that whether they went in the military or not. The military prolonged it, and once they were out, they are now on that path.
It, yeah.
Those guys are not on the street because the war fucked them up, most of them. Those guys are on the street because they were going to be on the street whether they went in the military or not.
A good possibility. A good possibility. That we're not very good at even today. I think we look at it wrong. They're not very good at preparing individuals. They're not very good for preparing individuals to go out in the civilian world. Now, that's service dependent. I'm sure that the Air Force has some sort of super program where they boop, 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 and the fucking guys are like getting coffee at Starbucks, no different than being in the Air Force. So I'm sure that each service has a little bit different. But again, like the Marine Corps they try to do a thing where they created a battalion where...
Right, when you're getting out, you had to go spend 6 months or something there, going to
battalion
school and bullshit.
But again, that's not the mentality of the individual who joins the Marine Corps. The reality is they should have put rucks on those guys, put them in the field, and worked their asses like they were going to go on a fucking deployment. Obviously, you need to make sure that there's some certain boxes are checked, like your dental and all your shit is done, and people know where they can go and get help. But those classes were so terrible. Those classes were so terrible and so really informative that, I mean, the only thing I learned from those classes was you're not going to have any dental when you get out, dude. Sorry. It's just those classes are so... The reality is there's no reason why if the money that we spend on defense, and there's no reason why a guy could not walk out of the Marine Corps or the Army or fucking whatever, walk out of the service and already have a job. Like, that's all they should be doing. I think it's 9 months or 6 months you can put in your package. That's all they should be doing. That's what the service should be doing. You have all these fucking civilian contractors that are there going, this is how you do a fucking resume. No, what you really should be doing is going, hey, here's your aptitude. This is what you're good at. This is the place that needs the dude that does exactly what you do. We've got you a job. Now, if the service member at that point decides, well, I don't want to go work for DuPont, that's up to them. But again, there's no reason why every service member could not, like if they really focus their energy, all these contractors, and transitioning you to the civilian world, there's no reason why they couldn't have jobs lined up for everybody getting out.
So the guy, the
kid,
the psychologist,
yeah,
put forth this paper with all this stuff, and the VA came after him and was like, you can't put this out. If you put this out, and they tasked him, they gave him basically a mouthpiece. So anytime he gave an interview or did anything, a member of the VA had to be there. Like, no, he can't answer that. And there was a bunch of shit that went on over it. He wrote a book. I can't remember the Warrior Code or something like that. Frisella just had him on. I sent you a link to it. But I just found it interesting what he was saying. So as far as those guys, when you were going through and transitioning out, a dude that goes in the Marine Corps, especially if he went in the Marine Corps to carry a gun, the fuck is he going to want to go to some bullshit thing after 4 years or 8 years or whatever? Of course he doesn't want to go fucking work for DuPont. Or do you think he has that out of his system?
Well, you have to create the pathway.
In the Marine,
we don't create a pathway. There's no pathway, and not only there's no pathway, but unless you create the brotherhood yourself, the Marine Corps is very one and done. Once you're out, you're out.
I look at it like those classes, for instance, right? Okay, now, when you go to work at this factory and somebody says something that they shouldn't say, you can't just choke them out.
Because
there was choking out in the Marine Corps.
that's a value but that is a valuable lesson learned. That's a valuable lesson learned. You have to decompress. You have to decompress the military. You have to decompress the military out of the individual.
Maybe we should just set up fucking civilian businesses where you still choke motherfuckers out and just hire fucking prior service guys.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that like to get choked. Again,
Shouldn't that be like at your hiring fair? Hey, we're the fucking company that's not a bunch of pussies.
well, the reason why they're pussies is not because
Don't you think you could get done a lot more done with people who are not fucking pussies?
the reason why those companies are pussies is not because they want to be pussies. The reason why those companies are pussies is because the federal government hasn't got involved in everything that goes on, and they've nanny cammed everybody. That's why.
What's the solution?
There's no solution.
There's not.
No,
Can't be helped.
we're gonna keep rolling down this. We're gonna keep rolling down this hill until we hit something big enough where everything explodes, and we have to rebuild. And when we really, really have to rebuild, right? You think about, like, for example, Build Back Better. We're not building back anything better. We're putting Band-Aids on shit that's broken.
Yeah, we're not building anything.
So, when shit really gets broken, it's this thing again. I know I say this all the time, but the reality is we're just comfortable, right? We're comfortable, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that wokeism is ruining the country. It doesn't, because everybody's comfortable. When we are uncomfortable and we can no longer get goods and services transferred around the country at a fucking flick of the finger because the roads are all terrible, the bridges have all collapsed, we're not going to vote for people who want to do an environmental study on the effects of what that bridge is going to do.
But is it going to even be a vote at that point, or is it too late? There's not going to be a vote. Those people are just going to keep fucking staying in there. There's not going to be a vote. You're not going to elect them. They're just there.
I don't know.
Until somebody is
what I'm
willing
saying-
to remove them.
What I'm saying is you have to have that thing happen. You have to have that revolution happen.
I say it's like Atlas Shrugged. Every night on the videos, like, guys are like, California, and they come tell me some terrible shit. I'm like, yeah, I left 20 years ago. You have to fucking leave. And then there's always the dudes that are like, well, I'm not a quitter. I'm going to stay and fight. Well, or you could have left 20 years ago and come to fucking Tennessee.
Don't come to Tennessee.
And had 20 years of fucking freedom where you could have actually built some real shit.
Don't come
and
to Tennessee.
that's what I say when I
Stay
say
in California.
It's like Atlas Shrugged. The people that run businesses
I don't want to have
fucking
to.
left.
I want to have to move to Kentucky.
They left and fucking came where they can maneuver and actually do some shit and put some fucking roots in the ground.
But again, even that scenario, in order, for example, I'll just use California as an example. There's a lot of things in California that are still appealing.
Like what?
It's one of the most populated states in the United States.
But my point is, it wasn't fucking appealing enough for you to stay there.
Right. But me leaving has not been the catalyst that collapses the state, that gets rebuilt by people who want to rebuild the state. That's what I'm saying.
The people there aren't who's going to rebuild the state. When it gets to the point where it fucking collapses, they're going to burn that shit down. And it's going to be people coming in with the fucking knowledge. It's going to be like Elon Musk coming back to California.
Again, the reality of a state like California is it's more red than it is blue.
Or New York.
It's population centers. And so when those places, because again, the Sacramento Valley, the Republicans or whatever that live in the Sacramento Valley, when LA implodes under the weight of its communism and burns to the ground, it'll be California. It'll be people from the Sacramento Valley who go in and fucking fix that. It's no different than, like, example is, people go after Rudy Giuliani a lot.
Say it.
Fucking
I know what you're going to say.
New York City was a Democratic run shithole before he cleaned it up.
Yes.
Right? And so what's happening? Democrats have taken over New York.
Isn't Giuliani Trump's attorney? Wasn't that? Yeah.
Democrats have taken over New York.
Yeah, how's that fucking
and
going?
New York is fucking slowly deteriorating. And what
Yeah.
will happen is it will get to a point where even Democrats, even liberal Democrats in their high towers will go, holy shit, I can't walk down the street without having to give out fucking money and step in shit, and the trash is everywhere.
Dude,
I can't pull my Lexus
the murders and rapes. Every day
Again.
somebody has been fucking pushed in. Who the fuck is even going in a subway at this point?
People that are trapped, that have no other means. That's the problem with those scenarios.
Do you see some of the fucking towns or cities in New York have a $20 a day travel fee to use your vehicle during work hours? Yeah. Fucking crazy. There's a viral video going around.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Those systems are eventually going to collapse into total chaos, and at that point, they're going to hire the people that are going to fix it. And you know who never fixes anything? Democrats. They don't.
There's a viral video of a chick in the subway yesterday, day before. And while she's waiting for the train, she's cable locked herself to a fucking pole so that she can't be pushed on the tracks.
Jesus Christ. It's a mental issue. I mean,
do you think any of those people who've been pushed on the tracks plan to be pushed on the tracks those days?
No, but I guarantee you every one of them were fucking standing there in the white on a goddamn... First off, you're in New York City. It's one of the most populated cities in the United States. And especially if you're downtown. You're getting ready to get on a fucking subway, which means you've already gone underground with a bunch of people. And if you are fucking standing next to the edge with your phone out going, drooling on yourself, maybe that's your fault.
I want to see the math on who's doing all the pushing.
I don't know. But the reality is it's going to be some dude that has mental issues.
But they all have something in common.
Nikes?
Nope. I want to know how long they've been in the United States.
Well, I mean, you can turn it into a
No, but is it or is it not?
You can turn it into an illegal immigrant thing, but I mean, the reality is they've always had fucking problems. It's just more amplified today. They've always
just talking about it.
What they need to do, what New York City needs to do, is get a bunch of motherfuckers with red vests and berets on and have them down there again with nightsticks. That'll take care of the problem.
Was that in New York?
Yeah, that's where it started. It was in New York City.
They were up in arms in San Diego over that shit.
Yeah, it started in New York City.
Who was that? Something Angels?
Yeah, the Guardian Angels.
Guardian Angels,
yeah.
Yeah.
Started there. But again, New York City's not going to allow that to happen because it shows when you have citizens that are willing to stand up.
Well, it shows the problem can be solved.
Yeah, well, again, when you have citizens that are willing to stand up and do what we know is right,
which is happening a lot
then
right now.
It shows how ineffective the government is.
You have a lot of towns where they're doing citizen patrols.
I mean, again, the largest police department in the United States is New York City. I want you to think about this. The largest police department in the United States is New York City. It doesn't even compare to LA with square footage. And they had to call in the National Guard to secure the subways.
200. They added another 150.
But again, still,
They don't have any guns.
They had to call in the National Guard. That's just ineffective government, period.
So did they have to call in the National Guard, or is that just conditioning? Because there's a lot of people say that's just conditioning.
I would say it is conditioning, but
New York City also pushed all those dudes who would have upheld their oath, upheld the Constitution. Mm-hmm. Those dudes are all off of the force now. What's a boomer?
Anybody that was born during or right after World War II.
Okay, so when they say boomer, they don't actually mean somebody that they
they
mean you and I.
They're talking about anybody who's old,
50 years old or so.
But a boomer is actually somebody would be my mother.
If you had a dude on the police force in New York who'd been there a long time, he's probably what, 45, 50 maybe?
50 probably.
Like the dudes who'd been there, loved the job, wanted to stay there, wanted to retire from there. They pushed all those guys off of that. There's a lot of people. So you're aware Boeing has a lot of airplane failures right now. Are you aware that they just had a bunch or several Apaches crash, like back to back, several of them?
No, but
okay.
That's Lance Corporals. That's not Boeing.
No, I understand.
I mean,
I
say Lance
understand.
Corporals. That's Army specialists.
It's it's the bullshit hires. It's the guys that shouldn't be there that don't want to do the job. They've taken some fucking weirdo and put them into position, and that is the job that they are now in. It's that DEI hire shit.
It's because
that's where I'm going. So a lot of people are saying that it's because the boomers have walked off the job and not taught the youngsters how to do the job.
Again, let's be realistic about that.
Mm-hmm.
Most boomers retired 10 years ago.
But when
Most
they
boomers
say
retired
boomer,
10
they don't
years ago.
mean that. They mean you and I.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they say it being shitty because that's the number one comment. Boomer.
Yeah,
boomer.
well, because they're ignorant, they don't know what they're talking about.
Correct.
But again, here's the real problem. The real problem is we have in the United States, and nobody's really paying attention to this. And I've talked about this before. Is we have a reverse pyramid going on. We've created a structure in the United States for boomers, not age related, but again, the 1950s, the 45 to 656 or whatever was one of the biggest, and this is the reason why they're called boomers, you dumbasses,
Came back.
was the biggest baby
Population
boom in the
explosion.
United States. We had a population explosion. And so when we started creating infrastructure, in this country, highways, fucking McDonald's, when we started creating that infrastructure, we created that infrastructure based off of where the boomers were. So the older boomers got, the more of that infrastructure was created so that those boomers had McDonald's that they could go to, jobs that they could have. So all that infrastructure is this big reverse pyramid. And no matter what, whether the boomers taught you or didn't teach you or whatever, it's a reverse pyramid. There's not enough people to fulfill the roles that they were holding in the first place. So no matter what, Boeing has to hire more people because they've lost more people just through ageification, just because everybody's getting old. So in a normal year, let's say, we'll just look at it this way. In a normal year, Boeing may have lost, let's say in a normal year, they lost 50 employees. 50 employees retired. They just went through probably a 10-year period where over half were retiring. And so they have to fill those gaps. And unfortunately, just like the U.S. Army learns with Special Forces, the more people you try and push into those specialized fields, the less qualified they're going to be. That's just the way it is. So that's why parts are flying off these fucking planes. That's why electrical grids are shutting down, is because we're having to force all these people into job fields that they don't have the capability to manage because of boomers. Because
there's no management.
No. Doesn't matter.
The guys that knew how to do it aren't overseeing all the fucking minions.
But even with management, when you took over a whatever, you were still dealing with the majority of people. So the majority of people that you would be managing would not be new hires.
Maybe
now you're managing all new hires, and the structure's not set up for that.
So what's the solution?
Oh, shit's got to burn down.
Maybe so. Yes. Okay. So maybe that's
got to burn down.
Maybe that's why they want to reduce the population.
No, here's the thing. This is the thing that amazes me about these fucking idiots. These idiots in their high towers and fucking, Bill Gates, all these idiots. Reducing the population is not going to make it better for them. It's going to make it worse. This is happening. The population, the pyramid is going down. The population curve has already happened. We are already on a fucking decline. If you wipe out more of the population, who the fuck is going to get Bill Gates' coffee? Who's going to wash his car? Who's going to tend the fields that he has been buying? Because that only makes that pyramid even worse, right? It only makes, and not only does it make it worse, it means that the fucking serf, right? Because that's what they want. They want a bunch of serfs eating gruel. That serf is more valuable. He's more valuable. the fucking dude that lives in the trailer park over here that survived the last plague is going to be worth a ton of fucking money. Elon's going to be fighting for him. Bezos is going to be fighting for him. The U.S. government's going to be fighting. Everybody's going to be fighting for these people at the low end of the pyramid. So reducing the population, I say that the worst thing that the worst possible scenario for the uber rich is that the population gets reduced, rapidly in an unorganized way, because the people that are left, they're not going to fucking be working for the rich. They're going to be attempting to survive for themselves, and they're going to be building their own empires, and fucking Bill Gates is going to be the guy that they're going to eat. So it doesn't make any sense unless you're a nihilist and you believe that all human beings should die and flowers should just be growing on planet Earth. And that's what I think a lot of them are. I think, Bill Gates, I think when these fucking human Armageddonists are talking about reducing the population, what they're really talking about is a utopia where the Bill Gates family gets to live on Earth and no one else gets to. That's what they're talking about. So fuck those guys. And again, they're not creating any solutions. They're not creating any solutions. We currently grow and manage enough food to feed everybody in the world.
Not.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We mismanage. Correct.
The food. They say 75% of all food goes in a landfill.
We mismanage the food.
Okay.
And because we mismanage the food, people go hungry.
So
that's rich people. That's not you and me.
So what would you do to more properly manage it?
Well,
How is it mismanaged?
It's mismanaged because we don't require food. We don't require food to be eaten. If we required food to be eaten, you would be more likely to have less hunger, more people. If you had a requirement that the food that if fucking I don't know, Del Monte had to ensure that all their pineapples got eaten, people wouldn't go hungry. We could do the same thing. The example would be we could do the same thing. We could do the same thing with food that we do with Super Bowl T-shirts.
But that's what I'm going to say. So
we could do the same exact thing.
Right. So Haiti. Okay. So
we could do the same thing. We could
tell them what you're talking about.
We could take all that food that may be close to expired, or again, canned food doesn't really expire, and we could send all that shit to places where people are actually starving to death.
But they don't. But the powers that be there don't feed the people. They use it to hold over and control the people. Those ships sit full of food and rot.
Wait. The only reason why that happens, though, is because there is no position that says people have to eat. That's the only reason why it happens. The reason why farm-aid food sat at the docks and rotted and no Ethiopian or Somali ever touched that food was because it was a bunch of rock stars that were trying to feed people in Africa. The president of fucking Africa, or the president of Somalia or Ethiopia at the time, he don't give a fucking shit about goddamn Michael Jackson. Who the fuck is Michael? Who cares? He don't care. Now, if that ship showed up on the shores with the full weight and power of the U.S. government behind it, that food would have been distributed. That's simple. Would have been distributed. So again, it's just mismanagement. We could manage resources better. Everybody here. How about this, John?
Nobody wants to manage it.
How about this? When people talk about resources, everybody in the world
knows that we should conquer Canada.
No, but everybody in the world can live in Texas.
Landmass wise?
Everybody in the world could live in Texas. We mismanage everything, and that is why we have so many problems. It's not, and who's managing it?
Who's we? You mean human beings?
No, yeah, but it's the Rockefellers. It's the people who are pretending that they give a shit about the planet. The people who are pretending that they give a shit about the planet are the people that are doing the most harm. They are doing the most harm. It's like when fucking Taylor Swift It's like when Taylor Swift is like, fucking stop eating meat and no more planes. She's flying in a fucking 747. She's polluting more than any of her fans at any given time. Just forget about her flying. Just her concert footprint. You go to a Taylor Swift concert. That footprint of that concert is creating more fucking trash and pollution than all of her fans combined could do anyways. So it's bullshit. It's what they're trying to do is create a utopia for the elites.
Correct.
That's it. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about people.
Have you seen all this water rights shit?
Yeah. I mean, some of it.
Okay, so Colorado, you've got the smallest footprint in Colorado, has voted some shit that's controlling a lot of people in Colorado, and it's basically what it says is if you are on a well, you can only use, I think it was something crazy, 750 gallons or something, right? If you're on a well, they want to meter your well, and you can apply, if you have 1,000 acres, you can apply for a commercial farm. You cannot apply for a commercial farm if you're under 1,000 acres. So basically what it's doing is it's wiping out all this small-scale market garden stuff.
Correct.
Everything you would buy at farmer's market, it's going to turn it off. They're going to cut the water source to all of these people over water rights. Now, this is happening in multiple states. Nicole brought it up yesterday when we were on live with Jack Spirko, and Nicole actually read the fucking bill.
The more independent
You are.
the more independent people are, the more government is going to step in and create an environment where you can't be independent.
Yes.
It would be no different, if
What it's basically going to do
if everybody in Tennessee got 3 chickens and cultivated their own eggs,
you'd put Big Egg out of business.
within a year, there would be a bill on the fucking. There would be a bill
There
somewhere.
is. There's a ton of them in Tennessee right now.
That's what I'm saying, though. There would be a bill somewhere in Tennessee that says, all your chickens have to be free range, and you have to have at least 10 acres for a free range chicken.
Yes.
And anything outside of that is illegal. Blah. You can't have 3 chickens.
That's about what the fucking thing
Right,
says.
but again, that's-
literally, you almost just named it as
that's
though
what-
you'd read it.
That's what they're doing
Yes.
by forcing out.
Well, when you unravel it and you get to the bottom of what it really is, yes, this is terrible for these people. But what this is really about is these people will abandon this property because there is no city water there.
Right.
The water only comes from the well. These people only farmed this land. They're going to put these people out of business, and they're going to have to move because then they can snatch this property up because it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, and they can do their fucking equitable smart city bullshit. That's what it's already in writing. That's what it's about.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, hey, if you want to live in a smart city, be the first.
Well,
Don't be the last.
That's what Trump say? We're gonna build 4 new cities. Apparently, you have entire states where 99% of the land mass has no population.
Yeah, there's a lot of states that don't have people in it. I mean, we're very consolidated. The issue is, look at any city. Look at any city in the world. Any city in the world. Is there any city out there where it's just a city? No. It's all urban sprawl around said city. Why?
Because everybody wants to get the fuck out of the city.
Because cities suck.
Yeah.
Cities suck.
Well, that's the whole thing with the smart city. If you look at what they're actually doing in China, you're not allowed to leave your sector.
Right. That wouldn't surprise me.
That's what it's about. You're not allowed to leave your sector.
Well, I mean, again, the beautiful thing about the United States.
People here don't own cars.
The beautiful thing about the United States is it's big, and it's still a little bit. There's a lot of Americans who are still a little bit wild.
I'm always torn between go do your own thing and fucking ignore it. But when you do that, you have no say as to what happens, and before you know it, the enemy's at the gates, right? And here's an example. We moved 18 years ago here to the most impoverished county of all of Tennessee. Mm-hmm. But and you've seen this happen, as they take the slums in Nashville and they gentrify them, they take the people who had properties there and they can now not afford the property values, the
Property taxes. Yeah.
So they move into Dixon. And the same thing happens in Dixon. And those people move here. And then also we have properties here. There was $1,000 an acre property here. Now, they sit in tracts. Nobody wants to move here because it's fucking Benton County, right? So you have 1,000 acre tracts, but the people here can't afford, $1 million or $100,000 or whatever. Nobody here is buying property here, and nobody wants to come here because it's here. But now, when people started leaving the cities and they started leaving California and New York, you have these people that come out here, and now they want to turn it into where they came from. So
True.
Just like this 4-lane road out here, the state wants to make this a 4-lane road so you have more arteries and it pushes more traffic, and they want to migrate people, and you have all this. It's really a part of Agenda 21. They just have code words. They cover it up.
I think it's just more realistic. When you say Agenda 21 is really about getting everybody trapped in small controlled areas.
Yeah, city planning.
But creating a 4-lane highway to push people out of Nashville is not creating that. It's what they're doing is the reality is Nashville is going through the same thing that San Diego went through in the 90s, and so they're creating a Temecula. They have to create a Temecula because the people who wash dishes and fucking
right. So
clean
with
buildings can't live in Nashville anymore.
Can't afford to.
Yeah, can't afford to.
With that comes you can't have chickens.
True.
So where do we
Because
go? What do you do about it?
The reality is if you want to remain rural, you have to be ahead of the sprawl. You have to be ahead of the sprawl. I mean, because you moved here. We'll just use this as an example because this is a good spot actually. Because you lived here for as long as you have, and you have no control over what's going on in Nashville. Can you hold people responsible that want to move here because they can't afford to live anywhere else? And they're going to make tract homes next to you?
No, I'm not talking about holding them responsible.
But there's nothing you can do about it. I mean,
right. So what do you do?
The only thing you can do is move. Kentucky.
I had a guy here early this morning that I had a conversation with. He's doing some work for 2 different people who live 30 minutes from here. Bought property, thousands and thousands of acres.
Yeah, that's the other way you can do it is just buy as much property as you can.
They both own major sports teams. Both of the owners of fucking 2 enormous sports teams bought property here.
Yeah, because they want the same thing. I mean, the reality is they don't want to be surrounded by fucking people.
Yeah.
So that's the only other thing you can do is just buy up every piece of tract you can around you. But eventually, I mean, here's the reality of it. It may not affect you, but eventually, even your land's going to be for sale because that sprawl is just going to keep moving from Nashville.
Yeah.
It's just going to keep moving from Nashville, and then again, it's like Temecula. Temecula was originally California City, and California City was a bunch of like mini ranches.
Yeah,
right?
It's just like fucking Henderson in Vegas.
Mini ranches. There were plenty of people in California City who was like, I'm never selling this fucking property. Never selling it. Fuck you. And there's no more California City. It's all Temecula now. Because eventually everything's for sale. I mean, eventually everything's for sale. Because again, you say people from Dixon, they can't come here. They can't come here and buy 1,000 acre tracts. Developer can. And a developer can put in a bunch of
happening.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah. So the only thing to do is either buy up as much property as you can or move. But understand that
even if you move, where do you move to?
Kentucky.
You think so?
Yeah, Kentucky is I just saw this the other day. We're taking in 1 million people a year. Something like that here in Tennessee.
Just in Nashville.
And Kentucky has been stagnant for the last 5 years. They only have 4 million some plus people that are in Kentucky. It's stagnant.
I think you could go to Virginia, West Virginia too. Do the same thing.
No.
You can buy entire towns in old coal towns.
Not going to Virginia. Anti-gun.
Virginia? West Virginia.
Oh, West Virginia. I mean,
where Tyler's at.
Yeah.
All you got is pillheads there.
Maybe.
We could buy a whole fucking.
I want to.
We could buy a whole coal town. We'll just turn that bitch back on.
I feel like I want to go a little more north.
We go to Alabama
because I want.
Arkansas is supposed to be good too.
There's only one reason to go to Alabama. But Kentucky, I'll get snow.
We're gonna open the ports back up. Why? Why do we go
I'll get snow in Kentucky. You don't get snow in Alabama.
And you want snow?
Yeah, I like the snow. I like the snow like what we get here. I like that. I really do like that time of year.
Doesn't Kentucky get more tornadoes?
They do, yeah. But ideally, my house will be underground.
Yeah, if you can afford 10,000 acres, you can afford it.
Ideally, be underground.
All right.
Property's really cheap in Mississippi.
Really cheap in Mississippi. Like
really
we were driving.
But again, it's a fucking sweat bath, bro. It's a humid sweat bath.
Yeah, but that means everything grows. You could probably grow mangoes and shit there.
Probably, yeah.
That's the answer to food production is grow tropical fruit.
Okay.
Gotta be on the equator. We should get some ships. Let's just be pirates.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to raise an army to attack the sovereign nation of Alabama, and when I do, we'll raise that port, and we'll run pirate ships out of there.
I just want a house with big, huge columns and a lot of moss. Maybe a little bit of voodoo.
There's a lot of that down there.
Sounds good.
A lot of that down there.
I'm going to get me an old black woman. She's going to throw chicken bones.
That would be cool.
Tell us what's going on in the world.
I'd like just a really old guy that's missing. He's got like a raptor claw tear down his face. He's missing an eye. He's got a dead eye, and he's throwing bones.
All right.
Yeah, that's the guy I want.
So what do?
We just keep living our lives.
Buy enough property.
Be prepared for anything.
Put multiple generations on the property. Teach your kids what you want them to know so that they will continue the life that you fucking gave them.
Just, yeah. I mean, live your life. Be prepared. Be prepared for, again, fucking tornadoes, earthquakes, tidal waves, aliens. Just do better in your life.
By the time you hear this, it'll be too late. We just had Self-Reliance Festival, which is this weekend. Today is Wednesday as we record this. They're setting up circus tents and all kinds of shit right now. It's pretty big. We're doing a whole hog processing class, how to take a live animal and use every single part of that animal. That happens Thursday, and Friday.
You just got us demonetized.
Why?
Can't be talking about animal slaughter on.
So there's a ton of stuff going on. We got all kinds of vendors and demonstrations. They just dropped off a giant log that they're going to sawmill out of a chainsaw mill.
You know what you should have done? What you should have done? It's way too late. We should for the processing class. We should have got a red heifer.
Shit, they're doing a pig.
We should have got a red.
Completely not allowed in Israel.
We should have found that. We should have found that place in Texas and got us one of those red heifers.
Why don't we just dye this pig red? You got a couple days. That'd be completely. You'd have a lot of people upset about that. Yeah. Anyways, guys, Self-Reliance Festival. We do these things. You don't have to come to ours. They are all over the place. You can find out how to grow and just live freer. Those are the conversations that happen. And when you come to these things, it kind of ignites something in you. We are going to do an old school SOE party. We might as well go ahead and it's going to be July 13th and 14th, 15th, whatever that weekend is. It's going to be that Saturday. We'll have camping here Friday and everything going on. So put that on your calendar. It's going to kind of be old school. If you're a friendly company and you want to come out to the party, set up as a vendor, get with us. Just let us know. We're bringing in music, tattoo artists, food trucks, the whole deal. It'll kind of be old school like we've done in the years past. So Dog Kennel Little Spoon is Jeff's YouTube channel. Make sure you follow him over there, Dog Kennel Little Spoon. He also has a Patreon. Help support him. YouTube is doing all kinds of crazy shit. We use some footage of him sitting right here, and they've completely demonetized his channel for the next 90 days.
They think I stole the stuff from this channel.
So if you jump on, help support him over on his Patreon. He gives away a ton of gear over there. I'm sure he's losing money doing that. But make sure you follow him. We'll put a link in our description here that'll link straight to his Patreon and his YouTube channel. And you can just click through there and make sure you're following him over there. If you like what we're doing and you want to help support us in some manner, we have Amazon affiliate links. If you look in our video descriptions anywhere and you clip any of those links for Amazon, it downloads a cookie. It doesn't matter what you buy, anything you buy in the next 24 hours, it gives us a little percentage. Doesn't cost you any extra money, doesn't smell different, taste different, looks just like Amazon. You don't even know it happened. It just helps support us. If you don't like us, you don't like me, any content creator you see giving Amazon links, that's what they're doing. So make sure before you make Amazon purchases, you click somebody's link. It helps them out. EMP Shield, your government keeps telling you prepare for a blackout. They always telegraph the punch for some reason, so you might want to have some EMP Shield stuff. You can get an EMP Shield at empshield.com. If you use code SOE, it'll give you $50 off your order. So check that out. And we have affiliate links for Harvest Right Freeze Dryer. If you buy one of those, click our link. It gives us a little percentage of the order also. And then Redcon 1. That's what's in the cup all the time. If you like Redcon 1 products, SOE Gear is your code over there. That's the affiliate link also. So you got anything to add?
If, in fact, because this could be
The very last one.
the very last podcast. If, in fact, the aliens do come for the solar eclipse, I love you guys. And I love you, so see you soon.
I'm kind of chilly. It's windy out and my body fat's super low.
I built this thing from the bottom, they tore it down, I rebuilt it. I give myself a task, you can bet your ass